Hey viewers, I'm the Game Professor from Games as Lit 101, and I just wanted to take a second to talk about what's going on with me and Patreon. Patreon is an ongoing crowdfunding platform, so it's similar to Kickstarter except the payments are recurring rather than a one-time donation. If you like the content someone is producing and they have a Patreon, you can go onto there and pledge a certain amount of support to them each month in exchange for various rewards depending on your pledge level. When you're making videos, art, or basically anything on the internet, it can actually be really difficult to make any money off of it. Doing something like this series actually does take an absurd amount of time, effort, and even money, and ad revenue rarely garners enough support to make that all that worthwhile. In the 6 months or so that I was putting ads before the episodes of Games as Lit 101, I made a grand total of $3.20 off of them. Unless you're getting millions of views on a regular basis, it just really doesn't work all that well. Games as Lit 101 takes a lot of time and effort to produce, and I would honestly love to do a lot more with the show than I am right now. But I have a full-time job, so my time is limited, the equipment used to make the show can be kind of expensive, and some of the larger projects I have in mind would probably require taking some time off work. So I started a Patreon. The link is in the description of all my videos, and if you like, you can just click on my depressingly empty tips jar over there to take a look and see what all the fuss is about. You get some pretty cool rewards for different pledge levels, from early updates to being drawn as a character in the show's illustrations, or even choosing a game for me to analyze. There are also overall funding goals, at which point I'll do something particular with the show, as detailed on the Patreon. I'm particularly looking forward to analyzing one of the worst video games ever made as decided by a vote from the viewers, and also the musical episode I'll be producing once I have the support necessary for such a huge undertaking. The eventual goal is to have enough money coming in from Patreon that I can devote myself to Games as Lit 101 full-time. This would mean that I can make a ton of other videos, do game reviews on a regular basis in addition to my analyses and educational videos, and even work on some other projects related to video games and education as a whole. Now, a lot of people tend to worry about where the money actually goes in a situation like this. So, for the sake of full disclosure, here's an overview of the stuff that the Games as Lit 101 Patreon fund goes toward. The purchase and upkeep of equipment. When we need a new mic, new batteries for it, or we need to repair something that broke, the Patreon support helps that happen. Reimbursement for occasional days off work. There's not quite enough there for this yet, but it's my eventual hope to use this support to take a day off work to work on big projects, like analyzing RPGs and such. Help with the bills. Filming takes a long time, takes up most of a room in my already small house, and includes some high-power equipment, so a small portion of the budget goes to helping make up for the power and space the show consumes. Related games. Don't worry, I'm not using this money to pay for all the games that'll be burning a hole in my wallet this holiday season or anything like that, but when a patron requests a game stream or I need to purchase a game to talk about it on the show, Patreon support helps out. And finally, occasional energy drinks for long nights editing, because if you're not editing video all night long, you're not doing it right. Right now, nearly all the money I'm making off of Patreon is going straight back into the show, but eventually my hope would be to live off this income so I can devote my full time, effort, and attention to bringing you interesting content about video games and storytelling. So those are the basics. Like I said, the link is in the description, and I'll also put it back on that tip jar in case you want to head over there and check out the goals and rewards and see if donating is something you would be interested in. Now don't worry, Games as Lit 101 will remain free to watch on YouTube. You will not need to be a patron to actually see the show, but the support does help the show out a lot, and you will get some pretty cool goodies for it. Thanks for your time, and I hope you'll consider supporting the show. Regardless, I'll be seeing you here every week with new videos about interactive storytelling. Looking forward to it.